So, welcome everybody who's on, and we just have one person online now.
Just one.
And can you introduce yourself? Who are you?
It's Dawn.
Oh, I'm Dawn.
She used to be a member and
That's
she's connected
right.
from Minnesota.
Are the leaves changing up there in Minnesota?
Yep, the whole state's changing all at once. It's beautiful.
Great. Well, so everybody's pretty much met Kevin, but
Except Dawn.
except Dawn. Yes.
That's
so
okay. Hi, Kevin.
here today. And so we'll get started with just some of this is going to be business, and if we have some time, then we'll do some other things related to show and tell. So I'm going to turn it over to Alan, who is going to talk to us about the things on his agenda for business.
Could you go out and stand in front?
Light on.
And where Cheryl is.
Hello, 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 hello.
And there's food over here.
My first question is
Good Lord.
this the size of, is this the size of the meetings we've been having in person?
No,
No.
last month we had two more.
Really? Okay, so it's,
We had many more.
I know, I'm just kidding.
okay. Okay, so in the old days, they used to call this a business meeting instead of a program meeting. And it'll be some of everything. But we have some business we need to take care of. And so one thing that we're going to have an election in November. We are required in the month of October at one of our meetings to present a slate of candidates. Now, I'll confess, I don't have everybody plugged for the at-large board, but I've got 2 people already committed to it, and we just need 4 more. And we already have our executive officers have already stepped forward. And in November, we have to elect everyone. I would think that we need to find a way when we have the election to include people who are in person and online. And we have a month to think about it.
Alan, are we gonna do that at our competition, which is the first one?
I would like to do it as soon as possible, but maybe we can talk about it, but maybe we can do it by email. The way it works is if you have no challenges, if there are nobody's challenge for any position, then you can nominate by acclamation. That's great. The way that our bylaws are written, if anybody challenges it, then for that, I believe just that office, you have to have a paper ballot, which is a pain where pains are usually found. So I'm going to go ahead and present the slate of executive officers and mention the 2 people that have already committed. And for our listening audience, if you'd like to step forward, you're not only more than welcome to, but we will pay you a visit to your house and drag you out kicking and screaming. In the meantime,
Yeah, but that would be great.
hey,
She could be our rep at large, and she'd never have
that's
to do
right.
anything.
You could. So anyway, I'm going to present the slate. Standing for president with previous experience is Jeannie Sparks.
Okay, I guess I'm standing.
That's right.
If anybody else wants it, I don't mind sitting down.
Hey,
What's your platform?
Nobody.
the pot in every chicken and chicken in every pot, or whatever it was there. Okay. Cheryl is willing to step forward and be the vice president. Frank Trump will stay on as secretary. And I'm asking for your vote to be treasurer. We need 6 at-large members for the board. And so far, Flavio and Tony Martindale have already agreed to continue in their jobs.
Yay.
Nyla, would you like to continue as an at-large board member?
I would, I just wonder if I've done enough, in the past, the last few years, I haven't done much of anything, so. But I'll do it,
You could step up and be president.
Oh, no.
I'll be at
oh,
large.
I remember how good you were before.
Oh,
you
yeah,
took
no, I'm
office.
sorry. You have more experience than I do.
You have a lot of experience, you're perfect.
Well, we're supposed to announce at the October meeting, but I don't think anyone's going to sue us if we don't have the full slate of at-large members. But maybe we'll send some emails around and then in November, I was thinking the first meeting we could have the election. If this is working online, then we'll figure some way to do it. So, okay, so.
Well, so we have other people in here, maybe Bob, like to be on the board again.
I'm not well, but some of you
Okay.
know.
Cheryl's already on there, so it might not be fixing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it'll work out.
Jim?
I think, because I think Penny would probably stay on the
Yeah,
board, and I think
I think
Elaine
Penny
would
would
probably
stay
stay on
on.
the board.
Okay.
Only Elaine.
Yeah,
There is Penny, Elaine, and
What was the last one?
no, yeah, there is Penny, Elaine, the number 6.
yeah. And Harold's on the board.
Harold.
Oh, yeah.
So
I
we
think
can-
it'll work out. I'm
Yeah,
not-
I think that all the training
Okay.
is-
So anyway, I was thinking we could have it on November 2nd. We could have it on November 19th. I'd kind of like to get it over with, especially since I have Mechanics Bank breathing down my back, telling me not only you'll love this, and Bob, you'll love this one. Mechanics Bank told me that if we don't have all new signature cards and a federal EIN number by November 15th, they will close our account. Go figure.
It's,
Well,
Amazing.
but is there a social security number attached to that?
It's different.
I don't think
it-
so.
an
It's
EIN
Yeah,
number
so
is different.
I know it's different, but they have to, I'm surprised they didn't close it already. They tightened the banking regulations a few years ago.
Yeah.
Apparently the account's in Bill Hood's name. So,
And has been for years.
Gotta have a social security number to EIN.
yeah, so I'll find out. I'm gonna go they told me I could go to the county clerk's office. I said, even though we're a club in Santa Maria, they said you could go to the one in Slow. I said, oh, okay. So I'm just gonna keep asking questions. So, okay, so that's one item of business. So anyway, that's our slate. And, of course, our election, November, then I guess we'll seat the officers in January. We'll have an in-person event. By then, maybe people will feel comfortable coming out. So we'd have like an awards banquet or something in January. Okay, so that's one thing. Okay, another item is, I'll go to special subjects in a minute. Bill Hood's wife, Debbie, we were trying to get the normal date that we have for our Christmas banquet, our Christmas potluck, and they wouldn't do it on that day. So I guess we wanted a Wednesday, and apparently club members or people who live at Casa Grande Mobile Estates use the club room Monday through Friday. So we could only get it for Saturday, so she signed for Saturday. I think there's a small financial commitment, there's like a deposit, and then we always give the guy $50 to set up the chairs. So it would be December 10th. And Cheryl, you said you won't be in town then?
Will not be done.
Okay.
Do we want to do a different day?
Well,
Want to be there for it?
I know, so,
Cheryl, you're gonna have to cancel your plans.
Yeah, that's right. We do.
or no, will you be with, can you do it virtually?
Oh, no, she's telling me.
It's a potluck for crying out loud.
You can't do
At least you can be sitting there with their on their airliner,
it.
eating food while using the Wi-Fi on whatever airline.
Did they tell us what dates were available?
It's Monday through Fridays are out.
So all of the Saturdays are available?
Yeah, apparently so. This is December 10th, which is, I guess, the second Saturday of the month.
So
Cheryl,
if
are you available on the third Saturday? Do
Yes.
you want to do it on the third Saturday?
Pardon?
The 17th.
She's available on the 17th.
Okay, I can find out. I can ask Debbie. And
An alternative would be at Lake Murray Valley Club, because nobody ever uses it on a Wednesday. Well, sometimes they do it on a Wednesday night, but I could find out if they want to do it on a Wednesday night.
if you could find out, that would be good because,
There is a cleaning charge now, though. We used to get it for free. Now it's $145 cleaning charge.
well, that's what we're paying at Casa Grande. So
Are we talking, we're talking about for the Christmas potluck,
the
right?
Christmas potluck, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they will not do it on a weeknight anymore.
And it's so pretty there. They
I know.
decorate it all up. I think we had to stick with that. Personally, I think so.
Okay,
And I
well,
don't mind doing it on the 17th if you don't think it's too close to Christmas for you guys.
17th is kind of close to Christmas.
It's okay with me. That's still a little more than a week.
Is 10th hard for you or?
I'm fine with it.
Okay, because that's what we already have booked.
I'm fine with any of those days.
Maybe I'll send an email around just so I get, maybe do it with the board initially and then,
So, yeah, and see if it's available on the 17th, see if we can switch to that. So
Okay.
The other thing I'll offer, if you want, we can have it at our home. It will be kind of outdoors. We'll be all decorated to the max for Christmas. And,
What do you charge for cleaning the ones?
and that's
Everybody's gonna clean up.
zero.
You guys gotta clean up after yourself.
oh, you're not leaving.
That after we have to clean all the house.
The only thing is you've got to come out to where we live.
Oh, but it's so beautiful.
Where do you live anyway?
Out in the wilderness, out by the Riverbench Winery,
Capistrano.
Tepiscay and.
Oh, really? Wow.
11 miles out of town, which
That is out there.
So, but not on the 10th. On the 17th or on the Wednesday that's, of that week, if you want to do Wednesday.
Maybe we should just all kind of think about it and we can have like an email exchange on it and,
we had three choices, yeah. It was 10th
Yeah.
and 17th at, somewhere else. But,
but why don't we just all sort of sit and think about it? I don't think we have to make a decision right
Do you
now.
want me to send that email out or would you be following up with
If
that?
you want to send it out, you're more than welcome to,
when are you flying out?
if you're
to
comfortable
Florida,
doing that.
Cheryl?
I don't know, probably the 6th.
6th, okay, so the 7th is out, so it'd be the 14th would be the Wednesday.
I'll be back.
Because we've always had that one on a weekday. And then I don't think we've made any kind of financial commitment. We just, Debbie signed the form. I've got it at home.
So, yeah, so if we have it at our house, it would be the 14th.
Okay. Yeah, if you could follow it up with the email, that would be good, because it'd be nice if you could be at the club.
Okay.
Other than
All
being
right,
at the
I will
meeting.
send you out an email about that.
The 14th is problematic for me, but,
Is it?
yeah, I don't know. Got a meeting then, but maybe I don't know if it's another week though, but
We could do another,
Once you
we can't do Tuesday, but we could do Thursday, would it be even better, or Friday?
Thursday of that week would work for me.
I think.
Or Friday of that week would work,
Okay,
or Saturday.
I'll be sending that out. I think a Friday might be kind of nice. People that work, be off work. and-
Right. Just relax, Friday or Saturday.
Okay, and then when we do have the potluck, I mean, I think the potluck's probably easier to put together than the awards banquet. That's gonna be more of a challenge. So where are we gonna do it? When? That's gonna be, maybe we should wait until like next month.
Well, I think our new president needs to probably be involved in that, but I would advocate for us to go back to the Chinese restaurant. That was reasonable and and they were very accommodating.
But don't you have to have 50 people or something like that?
Well, there was a minimum. No, it wasn't 50 though.
Whatever.
There was
Don't
something.
you have to
on
like Chinese food?
25.
That's a girl.
Well, there you go.
I know.
But some negotiations
girl.
are probably happening, you know.
Yeah.
That's how you
They
get
go
They
to
go to
lockdown.
25, they don't have that.
So,
Dawn's gonna fly out for that, so we'll.
there you go.
Dawn, you're flying out for the potluck?
And there won't be any ice here.
So it looks like it's the 10th or the 17th. I will have to see. And
Uh,
I will, I'll tell you, I will definitely represent the central time zone. Um,
All right.
Well, maybe we ask one of the at-large board members to be a part of looking at options for the January banquet.
Well, maybe we should, maybe the at-large board members could form a committee and just discuss it, if nothing else. Because, one thing about being an at-large board member, you don't have to do the work. If you can find someone else to do it, go ahead.
Right?
It's kind of the Tom Sawyer school of
Good luck finding
work
someone else.
ethic.
Tom Sawyer or Lucille Ball.
Yeah.
Well, as historian, I can tell you historically, the president has always been in charge. We don't do all the work, we delegate.
Well, I'll delegate it to Nyla because she was saying.
I'm not anything anymore. You're the
So
president.
you were
You're
talking
gonna be the
about as an at-large board member, you weren't doing enough, so this would be something you should step up for.
Well, I think, didn't we change it when Richard was president, that we, the at-large board members were supposed to get involved in like special projects? But to me, it's a group effort. We all can work on it. That's, I mean, we got to decide if we want to do it and where we're going to do it. And it's a real drag. You go around, you look at places and go, maybe, maybe not. We've tried different places. Some work, some don't. I mean, Santa Maria was really nice, but then they didn't want us there anymore. So. And then what was that place we used to do it over on off of?
Oh,
me.
yeah. What happened to that?
I think they didn't want us anymore.
Oh, you're just saying that, you're just,
Over by the hospital.
I don't think they said they didn't want us.
Really? I don't know who was president at the time we didn't go there. It may have been Dave, I don't know, but for some reason we don't go there anymore.
Which place are you talking about?
It was a retirement home over by the hospital.
I thought
They
that place was
changed
okay.
owners.
Oh, that's what it was, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, so,
there are a lot of other little places though. I remember Bob and I drove all around and we checked out a lot of stuff. So
well,
there are places available. We just have to put our.
we got some time to sit on.
Yeah,
Uh,
we have some time to figure that out, and then really after our elections, I think.
Yeah, I think. Another thing I want to talk about is our special competition, the triptych thing, and our tick
You're in.
master here. Question, when are we going, where are we going to, in the past, our special subjects always ended up at the Christmas potluck, but then in the last 2 years, we've made it like December 31st. And are these going to be online or are they going to be print?
Well, I think maybe online would be the best
Okay.
way to do it.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
And if it's online, we can do it December 31st.
Okay.
That's what I do.
12:31.
I'm sorry? Yeah, I guess.
So we could present the results at the awards banquet.
Right, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
that's what we did
And
last
you have
time.
Tim, you have a judge lined up for that, right?
No, I don't. I'll have to find a judge.
But we'll be sending them to you or,
Yeah, send them to me.
I'll put that in my email.
Or we could send them, actually, we could send them to Santa Maria Camera Club.
So that we.
Yeah, let's send them to the Camera Club, just like we do for regular competition.
Oh, like to.
But yeah,
to go to
yeah, yeah,
Greg?
yeah.
Well, they actually go to the San Maria County
Club, right.
Uh-huh.
Now, I pick them up,
Okay, to the, to
But I- and then-
SMCC?
and I package them up and send them off to the designated judge.
Right.
Right, okay. So let me briefly explain for Kevin especially. We have a year-end project every year. And this year, the project is to create a triptych or a three-panel presentation of photography. So that has a lot of different options in that. And so that's sort of our project for, most of us have sort of had in our head thinking about for the year, what we're gonna do. And
Or it could be a
probably
zip,
most of us haven't done anything on it yet, but
could it be a dipstick also? Just that it could be a 2-panel one, right? Could be 2 panels.
we just thought of that. I thought it had to be triptych.
Does that be?
No, it's a diptychs or triptychs.
Oh, it could be a diptych too,
Right,
okay, two panels. All
Two
right.
or three.
So what are the, I mean, this is all digital now, right? So what are the sizes of, what are the dimensions? I don't know.
Well,
What is it?
they have to be able to fit on the screen.
All at once.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah, you
basically
don't-
one
you-
image.
We don't want to have to scroll through anything, so.
Okay, so it's one single image. So
Yeah, and I
one
think,
single-
yeah, once, we can do,
And the guidelines
we
for
can,
the size is on the website.
right,
Right, I know
exactly,
what a single
right.
image. I just-
And you can submit 3 diptychs, triptychs
three.
in any combination.
Okay, I will be emailing it. Have an email sent out just reminding folks about that and what the plan there is.
Right.
Okay, so I'm trying to save the special subjects things for last. I'm trying to get all the filler material right now. I remember what else. I think I've got everything covered I wanted. Well, one thing I was talking about the bank. Did you want to add something or?
The fees for the next year remain the same?
Oh, the dues?
We want, I think, no. That's us.
What's
Didn't
our,
we-
what's our balance? Do we need?
Our balance, Bob turned the treasury over to me, and so, right now we have about, just a little over $1,600. And Teresa Gingrich, who was a judge, I think, a couple months ago, she never cashed her check. And I haven't written a check for the last judge because I've been out of town, so I'm not sure who that was or how to reach him.
The last judge was Christopher Broughton.
Oh,
was the last
Broughton,
judge.
okay.
Yeah, you should have he should have his mailing information because he's judged for us before, so I think
Okay.
it should be in the judge book.
Okay,
There's also one more outstanding bill, and that's to repay the president for the pizza parlor,
well, I already paid her,
Already done.
170.
and she cashed it, right?
Okay.
So Greg, we paid him.
Yeah, they had to pay for that Dubrovnik plane
That's
ticket.
right, yeah.
Alan, you should,
No bills, just,
Neil, cool.
yeah. And 2 more members. They both live, I believe, here in the
Oh,
council.
good, good.
How come not here?
Alan, I would suggest if you haven't paid Chris, I'd send him at least an email to tell him
Okay.
that it's, that you're out of town or something.
Okay.
Just because he'll
Yeah.
be sitting there wondering, how am I gonna get that check?
Yeah.
You know, so,
And then that was, so I guess the way we do it now is that if the judge is in person, we pay them 75.
Mhm.
And if they're online, it's 50.
While we're on this subject, we have a competition in 2 weeks and I still don't have a judge. I did email
Cam,
Tim Jacoby and I haven't heard nothing from him in 3 days.
he's notoriously slow in answering, so, but that's why I suggested that you
They'll fit
try
right
to
in.
contact him right away.
I'm gonna wait till Monday and if I haven't heard from him, then I gotta start.
Did you contact John Powers as well?
Oh, I didn't contact him. No, That's another one. Remind me of that.
Okay.
So,
So anybody, if you have any other ideas though, for a in-person judge in November or a digital online judge, please make me aware of that.
This is digital, this coming.
It will be,
digital.
yes, in October.
and that will be,
And there is no theme. That's a.
Right, it's open,
yes, November 2nd will be in person.
right.
Yeah,
No, but they want.
that's a competition. So one of the things we have to talk about is our special subjects, which we voted to be March, June, and September.
Mhm.
And I've never done it with such a small group before, but we got what we got. And so we can vote on a, you have to be an active member to vote on this. So one thing we can do is put a piece of paper on the wall and write something on it and do it that way, or we can, I don't know, Cheryl, do you think that's the best way to do it? Or we could set a pad of paper around the room and you could write something on it.
Send a pad of paper around.
And a pen,
How many suggestions per person?
and you can, as
Three.
many as you want.
Is that good?
Yeah, as many as you want. And then how many are we gonna vote for?
3,
Yeah, vote. Yeah, we'll vote, although I think, well, we can do one of several ways. One is just take a show of hands. I mean, you know, but they should be general, kind of general things that would probably have a lot of appeal. I mean, like, maybe shadows or something, or something. And you wouldn't want to be real specialized, like,
Birds in flight.
yeah.
Yeah. That's what I like.
Yeah.
Birds in flight.
Oh, So,
the dark side of the moon.
dark side of the, how about the unforeseen? Just leave it at
The
that.
unforeseen.
The unforeseen. So, and then what I was thinking is that when we pick the 3, then we'll do maybe a show of hands to see which ones you do March, June, and September. I kind of like the idea if they're kind of pegged to the seasons, like if, let's say it was autumn leaves, you do it in September. For spring wildflowers, it would be in March or June. If it was how I spent my summer vacation, it would not be in March.
Well, you probably want it after the season, so.
Right.
Spring flowers, you probably want to have them in the summer because you have all spring.
Right, so I'm just saying that it should be sort of, when we decide when we do it, there should be some kind of like, there should be a tie-in to what it is. You know, one thing we had hoped to have, it didn't quite come off the way we wanted to, was that we were gonna have still life, and then we were gonna have a program on still life and then do still life. It didn't quite come off that way.
So are we passing it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bob's got it, he's thinking.
Great.
Okay,
And Dawn, if you wanna make it, are you a member?
No.
You could just bear witness then. But when you are a member, you can vote. You could say it could be Minnesota landmarks. Out the Mississippi River in Minnesota at the end of April.
I'm gonna do that.
We'll see how many votes we get.
I like your ideas.
so while we're passing this around, do we have anything more to, we can circle back around to this and look at whatever show and tell we have?
Yeah, I think we could do
Yeah.
that.
Finish this up at the end?
Yeah,
Okay.
Sure.
this I think was the most time consuming item, so. And then of course, it'll be published in the Galleon. And by the way, Flavia, you're gonna continue with the Galleon for another year?
Yes, yeah.
Thank you.
Yay.
And another side effect of having Jeannie as president is if she's no longer the immediate past president, or you're an officer, so we don't have a, how does it, do you each get a half a vote?
Huh?
Since you're both immediate past presidents, or,
You know, I don't
Okay.
think that works, because I thought I didn't have any, I thought I had a vote, and then I thought I didn't have any vote, and then I was told I
You
had
do
a
have a vote if you're immediate past president.
A vote for what?
And it's one of the board members is the immediate past president.
Oh, I see.
But the immediate past president,
Do I get 2 votes?
no,
Past president and vice president?
it's,
Oh, that's a good one, yeah.
But the voting would be rigged.
Do you have any, show and tells? I failed on this. I had some pictures from our trip to Croatia, but they
Yes.
on the home drives, for some reason, so.
I've done that
And Larry
before.
didn't provide any of them.
No, I have two pictures that I had, thumb drive with me, because I had to take the thumb drive tomorrow. Because of the- so,
So you have a thumb drive with them?
Yeah, I already did.
Okay.
Look for the screen.
Yeah, sunrise in a boat was just going out there. The islands over there.
Can you see it, Dawn?
Yeah, I can. It's beautiful.
And
Very
what
nice.
country?
Croatia.
Croatia, okay.
Can you move on to the side?
Oh,
You should be able.
And this was the, near sunset time. The mountains were, along the shore almost everywhere, and it was just nice projection of the alpenglow kind of, as the
But-
sun was going.
This is not Dubrovnik.
No.
No,
Yeah.
this is my past one.
Okay.
Radix.
Yeah, that's a beautiful little place.
Sundown? Or sunrise?
It was a golden hour, and the sun hadn't quite gone down yet. You can see the sun on the,
Mm-hmm.
on the tops of the mountain.
Yeah.
Onto the city.
Okay.
Anyway, beautiful place.
Very good.
Come on. let's
That's that's a really nice photo, Larry.
I think it was, but did everybody get the category pieces?
Yeah. So these are,
Yeah,
so what kind of birds are these, Jeannie?
seagull.
A seagull.
right.
That's-
I thought it might be an otter.
Yeah.
This is the Santa Maria River estuary, and there were hundreds, there were hundreds of pelicans there. There were also hundreds of the seagulls.
Mhm.
Now, what camera are you using and what's your focal,
Well-
feel? Or
Right now, I'm using Olympus, and I use 2 different ones. For the close-up shots, I use the 150 to 400, which is on a crop sensor, so it's actually 300 to 800. But then it's got this little thing you can get another quarter. You can say you go up to 1,000.
and are you using shutter, priority, so you get, stop in flight or?
I'm using a real fast shutter. I think I vary between 2,000 to almost
So
4,000.
low shutter power.
And well, I put it all on manual, and then I, except for the ISO, I let the ISO.
And did you, have it on high frequency, multiple shots or just?
I did.
Single or
I
Continuous.
and multiple shot.
It's, I think it's called continuous shooting.
Dinner shooting. I have it on low.
Or burst, yeah.
So, I just took a bunch of pictures, and I just thought we'd go through them quickly, just so you can get an idea
What's out there?
of what's out there, see if you want to go on a field trip out there. So these guys, this is close to sundown, but it's still a little way before sundown.
What was your aperture for that? You got the whole
Um,
bird in focus? And-
Yeah, I don't remember. I think, probably pretty much open. Well, I think I varied between like 5 and 8.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause the whole
Go-
bird.
Go back.
Yeah, the birds in the foreground aren't.
Yeah,
but the-
right, no, the birds that are moving. Where the action is.
Can you go back? We can probably nail down the aperture. So looks like the background is pretty blurred. How close were you? You said it's about a 150 to 400.
Yeah, well, I also had my wide angle lens out there and I don't remember specifically on which ones were which.
So yeah,
So-
depending on how far away you were and it, the more you zoom out, the better your depth of field at wider aperture, right?
Hmm.
So if you're zoomed in there, which I think you are, you're probably at f11. Because you have a lot of depth of field, especially in the foreground, and the background is still fairly sharp. So it looks like you're probably at f11.
Yeah, that could be. I kept moving my aperture around and my settings to see what different things I would get. But these are not the raw files, so I don't remember exactly what should be with it.
Those, they stand out when they're focused.
Yeah. Now this one, you're probably more wide open because you have a much shallower depth. So you're probably, with the crop sensor, you're probably at like f4, maybe.
Yeah, it could be about
F5.
4. Yeah. 3, 4, 5.
Mm-hmm.
The white guy's outnumbered.
Yeah.
Say, where was this again, Jeannie?
This is at the Santa Maria River estuary, so you go to Guadalupe Beach and you like north, but not very far north, it only takes 5 minutes to walk there.
It's the end of 166 that goes to that part right there.
Yeah,
There's no admission or anything.
Nope.
You just have to remember if you want to get in there.
right.
And then you walk north to where the,
Yeah, you park right on the beach and then you just walk up the beach. And all these guys are right by the estuary. And then they're flying around too. You catch them flying away
Well,
from
Oh, boy.
there.
On that last one, can you go back to that last one, Greg? So it looks to me like your focus was right on that pelican with its wings out, and then you got a fairly shallow depth of field in that, because the foreground and background are both.
Yeah, I was
you know.
focusing on birds in the fly.
Yeah.
When I try to get most of the time.
one thing that's out of focus area is right.
Yeah, that's where you needed a more depth of field on that.
These guys are just funny looking when they look straight at you. Okay.
It's like an albatross.
So I tried to take some at a wider angle to show just how many birds there were, but you really can't show them all, or it's just to get you.
Looks like a scene from Apocalypse Now.
Or Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Those are all pterodactyls.
Okay.
And they fly around quite a bit, so you get the chance to get them in flight
Synchronized.
or just standing around. Okay. Oh.
That's nice.
So where do these guys get their diet, their food? With a fish or something in that estuary?
I don't know. I think that, yeah, they were fishing in the estuary and they were also fishing. Well, they do fish in the ocean. I wasn't taking pictures of them doing that. But I have before. We were doing both places. And this is them heading out of the estuary to go fish somewhere south of there.
That's nice. I like that photo.
Those are the signs to keep you out of the snowy plover area.
Right, right.
Yeah, well, that's back in farther, to keep you out of the estuary. Don't swim in the water. I'm not sure about that.
All the agricultural runoff, you don't want to swim. Well, I said no fishing.
Probably, yeah, no fishing. No place to you birds.
Well, they're all tech, right?
I had my camera mounted on a thing on my chest. It's called a cotton.
Mhm.
And it
Ah,
And it still likes to move around with the high shutter speed and the anti-shake stuff in the camera. I could still get sharp photos.
Kind of camera do you have, a Sony?
It's an Olympus, 4/3, Olympus OM1M3, OMD1M3. There's make 4 now.
Generally, if you use those harnesses, it's like putting your camera on a bridge. They, that shake doesn't work as well.
Yeah, it works with the Olympus, and I read about the Olympus. You can even leave the anti-shake on when you use a tripod, so it doesn't matter. You don't have to turn it off when you have no tripod.
Okay.
But this, still even having this harness, I was hoping, I still couldn't be as still as I wanted to be, so I think I would use a tripod next time to see if the picture goes there. But it's a lot easier than holding a tripod around, but still, I don't know.
What's your shutter speed? You said one.
Well, I think I
2,000?
was going about a 2,000. Sometimes I might have gone up faster than that.
That's,
You
I
shouldn't-
really like that.
You shouldn't need it like that shutter.
that's right. That's right.
Love the way he's in for a landing.
Yeah.
That's a great photo.
It is.
Yeah.
Be interesting to crop
Is
it.
it
and
a particularly bright day?
It was
log in.
a really gray day.
It's like really bright, but not.
Yeah.
Well, if it was overcast, you wouldn't get the shadows.
Say, Jeannie,
Nice.
I use a monopod a lot,
Yeah.
and that's a lot less cumbersome than a tripod when you're photographing wildlife. And it's a lot lighter, and it's a lot easier to change your positions when you're trying to do it really quick.
Yeah.
It's just got that one leg. That
right.
works. And then if you still get a lot of shake, if you dig that monopod down into the ground a little bit, it helps support it even more.
Yeah, I might try that some more. I tried that the last time I was out shooting, and it was probably me.
Yeah,
Maybe if I use it some more, I'll get more used to it.
Yeah, but what Kevin said, if you're shooting at that fast shutter speed, you don't need you don't need a tripod. I mean, what's that?
This is swallowing something. I mean, this is like total fruit.
Jeez.
The Pelican, isn't that crazy?
Is that Linda Lovelace?
Yeah.
So can I ask what your ISO was? Do you know?
I don't recall, but I can tell you next time. Are you thinking you have an idea what it is?
I do. Now it could be the projector, so don't get me wrong.
Right.
But I do see a lot of noise in
Yeah.
our photos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I was gonna ask is, did you have to increase your exposure or drop your exposure in like Lightroom or anything?
Let's see, I might have given a little more light. I haven't done very much editing with it, the 3 minutes of through together.
Or-
Um,
So you could probably drop your ISO at least a stop, and that would help clean up some of it.
oh, that's a good thing to know.
Yeah.
Well, I think I do shoot a little bit darker than what I.
Because that digital camera, if you're off,
Well,
underexposed by a stop or so, you can recover that and it won't be as.
Yeah.
Just
Well, that's why, then I try to shoot it as slow a speed as I can, and I open the aperture as much as I can so I can get that light.
Yeah.
But I'm always flexible with that and not getting,
Do you have a setting on your camera to do eye recognition on your target?
I do, I've had some trouble though sometimes with the animal, I mean, they got like,
Yeah, they have
Human eye
pretty
or animal
small-
eye?
yeah, it's a pretty small eye on the bird.
Yeah.
Because your subject is not always right in the middle,
right,
and it must have focused on
it does focus tracking, and so if it moves around, if I get it there and it moves around my frame.
It was so trapped.
That's a very graceful pose for that bird.
There's only a couple more shots.
Yeah, but it was pretty catching job.
That's it, yeah. There's just one more.
Yeah, very good.
Those would be easy to
Like
take
the
the,
contrast against the background.
Yeah, that's,
With the subject jumping out.
Yeah, I'd like
Yeah.
to do some, I'd put that down, I'd like to do some high key photography with the competition. Because most of the judges, a lot of times, when